Hi, I'm Emily Waite. I'm from High Point, North Carolina, and I'm intended to major in biomedical engineering.
Hi, I'm Jamie Kanzler, and I'm from Long Island, New York. I'm intended to major in chemical engineering and paper science engineering.
Hi, I'm Sarah Monty. I'm from Oxford, North Carolina, and I have an environmental engineering intent.
In this video, we're going to talk about how the engineering design process relates to the creation of our automatic chicken coop door.
The task or problem that we were assigned was to construct a 10 by 10 automatic chicken coop door that lifts 30 inches above the ground. Requirements for this project included spending less than $40 while including 2 simple machines and having both an automatic and manual mode. The door must be safe for chickens, relatively easy to use, and able to resist 10 newtons of force.
The first thing we researched was why a farmer would want an automatic chicken coop door opposed to a manual chicken coop door. The reasons we found were to keep chickens safe from getting lost or killed by predators and to avoid a financial burden upon the farmer because it costs $15 a month to raise 3 hens, or about $180 a year for just 3 hens. Next, we researched different ways to make the automatic chicken coop door. We found that the most cost-efficient way would be to use an electric car antenna to raise and lower the door.
The car antenna was too expensive, and we called around to a bunch of junkyards who didn't really give us any help. So then we went to talk to our guru for other methods.
After knowing that the automatic car antenna was too expensive, we decided to reevaluate our source of power. We decided to use a Rube Goldberg method, or a method using no electricity, because it was cost efficient.
We decided that the best possible solution would be to use a pulley system that used buckets full of water as weight.
The first part of our design process was to draw out our ideas on graph paper.
Then we started to build the frame of the door and the track for the door.
Next, we attached 2 different pulleys.
After that, we built the paneling on the front of the door.
Next, in order to keep the door balanced, we built the support system, which we like to call the feet.
Next, we added a crank as a manual override to open the door.
After that, we painted the door red and white in a barn style.
Next, we attached the water bucket and tested it out to see how it worked with our chicken coop door.
Here's our project in the woodshop on the final day of building. Some problems we encountered were:
We broke 3 different drill bits.
1 each. To fix this issue, we further sanded the track. Ah! That scared me. It's pouring all over the floor.
There were 3 different solutions to this filling problem. The first being changing the plug from rubber to cork.
The second solution was to find the perfect amount of water to make the bucket weigh slightly more than the door.
The third and final solution was adding a second bucket below the first in order to catch the first bucket and decrease the impact of the plug to the ground. At Fed Day, we were super excited to show off our project and all our hard work to our family and friends.
Although our project stopped working on Fed Day, our project still worked for the judges, and we were honored to be ranked.
The problem we encountered was the door getting stuck in the track on its way up and down. We are still not sure why this happened.
We felt honored to receive 3rd place in the afternoon session of Fed Day. We really love the cool t-shirts that we received.
If we were to do the project again, there are 3 different things we would change.
One thing we would change would be the support system. As we demonstrated the manual function of the door, it rocked back and forth. If we could do it again, we would use a triangular support system instead of our linear support system so that the door would be more stable as we demonstrated it.
We would also try to find a way to make the door more automatic. One way to do this would be to add a water pump system to pump the water from the bottom bucket to the top bucket and vice versa. We actually saw a group do a similar design to this during Fed Day.
If we were to do the project again, we would make the track wider or make the door more narrow to avoid the door getting stuck in the track. Out of these 2 options, making the track wider would be the better option because the door should be thicker in order to protect the chicken from predators.
My piece of advice would be to not procrastinate and to meet frequently and often. Our group met on Mondays and Fridays at 10:35. From the beginning, we set the specific time to make sure we would have enough time to plan out our ideas thoroughly and make sure everyone was on the same page, as well as to make sure when it came time to build the project, we had a specific time and date to build the project.
The advice that I would give for next year's freshmen is to utilize campus resources early on, such as the Make Your Space, the Wood Shop, the Craft Center, and your Guru. From our project, we discovered that early on the wood shop was super empty and it wasn't hard to use all the materials. But as time proceeded, it became super crowded and we had to share materials with other groups trying to finish their project at the last minute.
When choosing a topic for Fed Day, first pick out a few based on interest, then get into the specifics of them. Look at design, building, and budget before choosing your top choice. For our project specifically, we were taken off guard by the budget. It was a lot more expensive to build than we originally thought it would be.
Overall, we really enjoyed Fed Day.
Thanks for watching our video, and here's our sources.